present home, set in smug rural isolation, a far cry from the district where I teach.
Wooly, let's go. Fathom, let's go.
When I first came here, I had no job and didn't apply for dole, and I lived by hunting the game on the nearby land. The district was more rural then, and wildlife abounded. A man could live from game that lurchers like these caught, and I had abandoned the search for worldly wealth at this time.
Let's go.
Gradually, my rejection of society, its values, its goals, defeated me. I needed money, if only to pay vet's bills, and I returned to teaching. But I still regard my state of penury as some of the halcyon days of my life.
Come on, let's go. Good boy.
Now the town grows out towards me like an enormous concrete juggernaut, smothering my countryside. I caught a hare on this land scarcely 5 months ago. Soon it will be an estate. I dug foxes where this motorway now runs. Legislation will not stop hunting, but industrialization will, for there will soon be nothing to hunt. I still hunt my meat by lamping, running a lurcher up a beam of light at feeding rabbits. To the commuters of the nearby estate, I must appear a raging eccentric. They're probably right. I am, however, reluctant to give up my earthy way of life. Civilization can offer little worth trading for it. I still teach lads the skills of hunting, but I have a sense of futility about such education. There will soon be little for them to hunt.
It's so regularly warm. And if we come across one, there's an hell of a chance there's a badger. But I don't see any. Yeah, but you big. I don't see any danger with the badger, because he's only going to get a pasty from a small earth. Now, I've got a 2 earth set here. Okay? Now, it used to go back up there, but a few years back I dug some cubs out of here and I had to fill in there, and they've never opened it up again. Now, this one's used fairly regularly, but the chances of getting one in at any time are always a bit small because they move about a lot. Now, what I'm going to do, Mick, just in case we get something out of here very quickly that does bolt, when you slip him in, I'll block this first with a spade shaft. Now, he's never seen one before, so he's going to be in for quite an interesting time if there is one in there. So I'm going to block this side, and we put him in, okay?
Okay.
Go on in. There's a chance. There's also a chance they're a rabbit, because the rabbit use this earth quite regularly. And rabbits and foxes will lie up together many times in the same earth. So they'll use the galleries, the fox will use the main. The only problem is, a dog that's kept for fox should be kept off rabbit because they will transfer to rabbit in the earths. I'd say that's rabbit, frankly. Now watch now, and this is an interesting point. Look how long the tail dock is. Now I dock this one. Now, the tail is docked long enough for you to get a grip on it. Put your hands over the tail, McSharney, what I mean. You see the little stumpy dock on Fob's dog?
Yeah.
That's useless, because you can never draw a dog with a tail like that. That's why you need a hand grip on the tail. Do you ever notice when I'm docking puppies, how I gauge the tail? Not so easy. I want to try the other side. This is the
Hunting is a hard-won skill, as are its allied activities. Net making. Paul Jackson of Reading, one of the best rabbit net makers in Britain, but a fellow anachronism.
Well, it's very similar to knitting.
I've never knitted,
I do a series of meshes along to one end, turn the work over, as you'll see now as I'm getting to the end, and start again about 2 inches further down.
How long does it take you to make one of these?
About 15 minutes.
So in other words, you could make 4 of these in an hour?
Should be able to, yes.
What if you had a machine?
Machine can't use natural materials. It clogs up the mechanism. They have to use nylon or rayon or a cotton twine. But hemp, flax, jute clogs up machinery.
What guarantees the size of the mesh? This here.
This stick called the mesh stick.
So when you make rat nets, like the ones you've made for us,
Yes.
you need a very narrow stick.
That's right.
Why did you make the rat nets out of linen, flaxen instead of that?
You can dye it easily to any colour. And it's very, very light and strong.
We test out Paul's patent rat nets with questionable success, driving out the rats from their warrens with a ferret.
Down now.
By your feet. It's a straight run through. As I said, Green.
Rat. Bloody great. Grim, Jim, get it back. If there's a grey, there'll be more.
I have, I admit, an almost obsessional interest in rats. They're extraordinarily dangerous, and their bite can frequently be fatal. They can be handled alive. But this is frankly a dangerous and pointless exhibition of bravado.
Just hang on, Bob. I don't want him really berserk, okay? I just, the thing is to get him out alive, Bob, not to get bitten to pieces, okay?
I did this simply for a bet.
Okay, now, Jim. I've got to get him up first after the trap. Gently. Gently. Hang on, Greenie, he's beating me. All right, for a start. Right now. Open. Yeah. The ferocity is bloody incredible. That's called gyration. He's trying to spin so to get his tail skinned. Right, Green, do you want him back in the trap or not, or do you want him dead? Come on.
Rats shed the skin of their tails in order to escape from captors.
Thank you. Come on. Come on, let's have it. You can do it.
We
Come
lost
on.
the bet.
Come on.
We lost the bet.
Fair enough.
We prepare for a rat hunt at a farm some miles away. I use my own mongrel strain of terrier, A hodgepodge of beagles, bull terriers, and other breeds, called, for want of a better name, Jack Russells. Vampire, Omega, Beltane, and Warlock are to be hunted tonight.
Wrap up. Fine. It's not the door, that's it. Impossible door. Jump in. Impossible door. Go on, Dave.
To be successful, a rat hunt has to be a military-type operation. Rats will come into this barn to feed tonight.
Down inside. No, you're not packing it properly. Pack it where a rat could actually get through. Let me show you. Through there. Now, there's going to be no chance at all of them getting out of here, Ed. You know, I'd like them all dead if possible. Now make sure there isn't any chance at all of them getting through there. But providing they can't get
No
out.
hunting activity needs such preparation as a rat hunt. We will plug this hole just before the hunt begins. Rats are nocturnal and feed after dark. Hence we hunt by night. My terriers work silently.
Okay. Now, quick. Mega! Dogs, quick. Door shut! Ah! Beltane! Ah! Bastards. Bail. Back out of the way. Back out. Ah. Right. Now the last bale. I think that's got to be mine, okay? Yeah! Now. Okay. There! Cut hand. Let's just have one of us bitten, okay? Okay, pick him up, Trevor. Pick him up. Trevor. Get him up now. Up now.
We took 87 tonight, but I've taken far more during a hunt. A visit to one of Alan's friends, another hunter ill at ease with the shrinking countryside. Thoreau once said, "A man is rich in proportion to what he can do without." If this is so, Tom Wilcox is indeed rich. A settled Romany, he's a breeder of game fowl, chickens once used in the barbarous sport of cockfighting, an activity that has recently experienced a savage revival.
He's Cressler.
Yeah.
He's a rose comb. I dubbed him a bit.
This is one of the colours. It's a brassy duckling, actually. You know, it's not the sort that's suitable for show, but
in the pits, they weren't too worried about colour. Yeah, no doubt. This is more the size of the birds of the fort.
That's a good
Yeah,
fighting size.
about, 4.5, 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Incredibly athletic birds.
So they cut the combs off then on the head?
Well, they cut the combs and the wattles off, right? Because the bird that was healed with proper spurs would get a beak hold on here,
Yeah.
and then use it as an anchorage point to create mayhem with the spurs in the body.
I guess so. So it's cut off then at an early age, the comb.
Yeah. And the peculiar thing about it was that, although it must have hurt, and obviously cutting off anything in the body that has feeling hurts, they throw the combs down. Invariably, they'd eat their own combs. The next thing that would happen would be, for some reason, now whether it was at the time when the combs were cut off that caused the fighting, but as soon as the combs were cut off, you could invariably have to separate the young cocks because they'd battle to the death from then on. Yep. Some of the game strains are incredible. This has been used.
And that weight
Cockfighting
would
is
probably
still
be
practiced
original.
today. People just don't seem to realise it. Yeah. Tom also breeds a type of gypsy lurcher. What's the breeding of this one, Tom?
Staghound and greyhound. The bitch is 28 inches high, and the father is a rough blue dog, like the old long dog. You can see that in his head.
Yeah, it's a real gypsy.
A real gypsy, that's a proper gypsy breed, this is.
Yeah.
50, 60 pounds each are fetching.
Can I look at it?
Yes, of course, yeah. It's 2 months old, 3 months old, 12 weeks coming up now.
It's a lovely pup, though, isn't it?
It's a lovely pup, and he's going to have the long, that's a throwback
Very
to
long,
the staghound greyhound, a blue,
Yeah.
rough blue. See?
Yeah.
Gypsy, gypsy.
Yeah. I took years to learn Romany. Now few gypsies speak it. Jogo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Each Romany type of dog has got a particular name. Like a dog that was used for stealing chickens is called a canicho.
Canichoker.
Yeah. Yeah, and that one's got all the makings already, hasn't it? It's
Yeah,
quite
oh yes,
interesting
he's
in those.
chasing now. Chasing,
Yeah.
that's why I keep that here, rabbit, the training.
He relied on handouts as much as he relied on actual hunting ability.
Well, in that case...
Quote from
perhaps-
Shakespeare, richer than all his tribe.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yes, that'll be fine.
Fit in
Yes.
perfectly.
This is the base. I make most of my living by writing sporting books. We're discussing a new one, illustrated by Martin Nolden, designed by Rupert Brown. As usual, the title is The Bone of Contention. I don't want furrow cut down. That's a bit much.
And what do you think to the size of the thing over there? How does that look to you?
Magnificent. It almost makes me wish I had money enough to buy a coffee table. It's great. I like it.
Yeah. We're trying to get as many of the colour pages in as possible. So far we've managed 16. I
Now,
think.
why have you done the shading on top?
What, the overlay?
Yeah.
Well, the original pencil drawing prints as the black, and these are second colours.
Martin Nolden illustrates all my books.
Overlays that I produce.
There's quite a lot of colours to go on that one.
Yes,
That's only
in
that's
fact
only the
there'll
first
be,
overlay.
there'll be another 3 colours
Just
on
to go on
top
top
of
of that
So there'll
one.
be 5 colours in
Yeah.
all. Not all of them will be printed with that many colours, of course.
Now, there's only one small problem.
Now, I
on this
wanted
one.
to talk to you about this one, because I've
That's-
taken my
yeah,
reference
That's an American
from-
pit bull.
Yeah.
But the sort of dog that would have been used, well, I suppose it would have been enough like that, but you have the ears slightly cropped.
Right.
And ears are not cropped on Staffords in this country
No.
at all.
I'm going to have to redraw this one. I think there are too many
It was
details
exactly right.
that are wrong with it.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, that's an oil sketch for a double-page spread.
This is
Double
called
page
an
spread.
unsporting chance, because that hasn't got into flight properly yet. Yes, quite. Martin specialises in drawing and painting lurchers.
It was.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
took
so-
this from a series of sketches that I did for the bronze of the same subject.
Lurchers are probably, well, it's an old breed. Moses will tell you more about the origin of them, I suppose, because Mo is a gypsy. But this is a very ancient type of hunting dog. It's a blend of collie and greyhound, having collie intelligence, nose, sagacity, and some of the speed of the greyhound. This is the mother of these. And this is a result of mating a bearded type collie, a working beardie, with a greyhound. Now she's almost a greyhoundy head and almost a greyhoundy body under that milk, and extremely fast. The father of these was also similarly bred, a merle-coloured dog. Now, which of these would you choose if you had your choice?
They go for the white one.
Why?
It's hard to give an opinion of a puppy.
Moses Smith, a Romany, my closest friend, but society has tamed him as well, for he is now a settled gamekeeper.
They have good strong legs. That's my opinion of the dog. If they go and causing hairs, they can get that extra few inches on the stride, and you come with a shorter dog.
Most family have bred lurchers, well, since time began. It's a traditional thing with Romanys. And a good lurcher could keep a Romany family in meat. There'd be hares, rabbits, pheasant, partridge. They'll catch most things like that. And they're no real problem, because they're usually fairly silent, and they can get back to a camp with the actual prey that they've killed.
When my father wanted to buy a new lurcher, he'd say to my mother, "I shan't be long, I'm going to buy a dog." And he'd ask around first, anybody who's got any litters of puppies. Then he'd go around and sort of bloke out and say, "Right, you go down." And he wouldn't just go up to, same as today, come down here and say, "Oh, I like that dog there, how much do you want for that?" And money exchanges. My father, he'd stay there a week. He'd sleep with the dogs. Oh, well, naturally with the dogs, you know, he'd sleep so he can watch those dogs he'll sort of pick one dog out for one day and say, just watch that one dog, and he'd change over to another dog, you know, and until he's made his decision, and then he said, "Right, that's the dog I'll have." Probably get a boat, go down a pub and buy a pint of beer, half a crown, and say, "Right, that's your dog," in his pocket and away home. He'd be gone away a week, 10 days.
These are fashionable. You could get £50 for a decent puppy. But 20 years ago, you had to practically give a lurcher litter away. They were the hallmark of the disreputable. Yeah. The man who sort of stole game from estates. If you lived in a tithe cottage at the beginning of the century and you owned a lurcher, you'd be sacked from your job and you'd lose your cottage.
The lurcher is now a status symbol. September, the Lambourne show, where tinkers mingle with aristocrats, drawn together by their common interest in lurchers. This year I am judging, not wisely, and not well.
Would you mind? Yep. Can we have that one out as well, please? And that one, yes, please. And the red brindle.
In the person of Mr. Stanley Hurwitz, who has had many photographs appearing in the Horse of Harry. Some of you may see.
He's got one foot that is completely collapsed in the tarsals.
15 miles a day on the road, you probably get those feet right.
Well, yeah.
I'm working from first light on the morning till 8 o'clock. I have them every morning and night, and sometimes a lamp with them. All of it.
Yeah.
I don't name out what I'm doing.
He's got a collapsed tarsal. That's it. Okay. Can you
move him, will you?
up, please?
But he never stays silent when he held those feet.
For classes 1, 5, 11, and 15.
Book signing, an occupational hazard for any sporting writer at a country show. Though personally, I rather enjoy meeting people.
No, we've got a particular poultry house. Maybe even watch it. No, we kill 3-4 ton of rat a year.
Right.
It's a nice terrier, very nice one. Straight leg.
An amazing variety of characters attend Lambourne.
In the last call, for please wait to ring 1 immediately for a briefing on the
Did you breed him?
Mick Douglas, the fenman, an opted-out academic who has quit the rat race.
Fen stuff.
So that was with a gypsy dog.
Long-coated?
No, not particularly. Broken.
Mm. Why do you...
They're not long compared with mine, are they?
No, God, no, no. I saw some really silky, nice ones. Yeah, they're nice. I like them. I really like them.
They come from as near as a pure Smithfield as you find.
It's nice, though. Yeah, it is nice. How do you manage with your feet with the glass in the shows?
Only thistles. Dead thistles, or I was working stubble during the week, and you can see stubble would just go through if you ran on it.
Not for me. I thought I was a hard man of the world, but nothing to compare with that. No way. No, a long time. Oh, Christ, man, you know, let's put it this way. Bantam's next year. Or buying and selling other dogs. Yeah, quite. Very few. Most of them. If each one of these killed a hare, there wouldn't be a hare left in Britain.
Lurcher racing, a simple test of a lurcher's speed, where lurchers chase a mechanical dummy hare. But the real hare is another matter. He is an incredible athlete, the ultimate artifact in the Almighty's workshop. One-third of his body weight is leg muscle, concerned with propulsion, and his heart is as big as a baby's fist. When pursued, he does not flee for the sanctuary of a hole, for like the biblical Son of Man, he has no place to lay his head. Few dogs can equal his speed, and no dog can outclass him. November, hare coursing at 6 Mile Bottom, Cambridge.
Oh, God, another one! Oh, Jesus, that's hopeless now. Good God, how many are on the land? It's incredible.
Young lurchers are started on a rabbit driven out into the open from its burrow by a ferret. It's a relatively easy quarry. But the hare is a mighty test of a dog. If sportsmen tell the truth, and they rarely do, they would admit that most dogs are overmatched by hares. Watch the tremendous exertion of the dog and the effortless way the hare throws off her pursuer. Few catches are made during a day's legitimate coursing. In late August, we sorted out suitable young ferrets for the coming season.
Which one would you have? What you call this one? What colour's that?
White.
A white one. This one's called a polecat one. This is a brown one, right? Now, do they bite?
No.
They don't bite at all, do they?
They just lick me.
They properly handled, ferrets rarely bite.
Let's see if you can get one to lick you. Look, see, they can't bite you at all because they're only babies. But in fact, they could bite you. Look at the teeth on these now. They're still little teeny babies. See? If they wanted to bite you, they could come out. But they don't want to bite you because they're all friendly, these, aren't they?
Mm.
What are we going to use these for, Emma? Do you know? What do these catch for Daddy?
Okay.
Rabbits, that's right.
Ferreting is a winter activity. Melton Mowbray Railway Embankment with Paul Taylor. Ferreting, the art of driving out rabbits from their warrens with ferrets, is the sport of the silent. Noise alerts the rabbits. Nets are spread to trap the rabbits driven out by the ferrets. Keith Rushton, my book photographer, came with us today. A rabbit bolts and is entangled in the nets. Paul kills dexterously and painlessly.
There's a ferret. Just let it go. I don't think switch ferret. Fudge. But she's... It was definitely it, because I saw it and heard it squealing, just below ground. Goat. She has got it, my boy. You! Fleet!
Dogs are taught to hold rabbits that escape from nets.
You got it, Meg. Oh, God. Fly me it out. Kill it, Meg.
Of course hunting is cruel. It involves death, and death is always cruel. It may seem strange, but I have sympathies for the League Against Cruel Sports. A visit to Alan's kennels in Pencoed, South Wales.
God, how many have you got?
One, two, three. Then I'll see them later, are they?
Shoe litters is the heavily marked black ones that are litter 6.
These are nice, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the fronts on these. These are breeding back to your old stuff, aren't they? Straight as dimes, these, huh?
Half brother, half sister mating.
And you're going to use this one as an outcross onto the others?
Yeah, that's bred out of Ted Hart's stuff from... Sandy, shut up! Out of Ted Hart's Chinneful Farmer stuff.
Yeah.
And, bitch from the Tafechan. It's well bred.
Yeah, great.
Well bred. And it'll match in nice enough.
What have you got here, Welsh hands?
Yeah, that's Welsh. That's dainty.
What are you running these on a walk?
Yeah, on a walk, yeah. Llangain a hunt.
Yeah. What about this one?
And
Is
instead
this
of gain
pure
it.
Welsh?
Yeah, she's come out with English blood in there.
We have been asked to dig a chicken-killing fox that has taken up residence in a nearby earth. We enter the terrier, who finds his fox, and we dig to the sound of the baying.
Let's open it up a bit more. I see that.
What is it? What is it? What is it? Get in there. Get in there.
You want to cut it? Whatever you want.
Ah! Steady. Hang on. I'll do it. Just pull your dog out. I'll do it. Steady. Ah! Just grab the dog. Okay.
It is by no means a one-sided battle. The fox has gripped the terrier by the nose.
Okay.
Hey, choke it on it. Choke it on it.
I think.
Just choke it on. Tie the dog up quickly. Tie the dog up quickly.
Hang on.
Okay, put the spade in the ground and tie the dog up quickly.
your hands out of the way of it, Roseanne. Murder. That thing had him, he didn't have it. That had him through the face, it didn't have it.
Sorry, it'll be
You
like
got a
that,
lock
yeah.
on that at all.
Oh, it's all right,
It's
just
pretty
right.
dangerous, you know.
Okay? Yeah. And I want you to put this dog on the other coupling as well. On the same coupling when you get into the field. So if you can take the dog on the shoulder into the field. That's it. Smash it. We better backfill that, Brian, do we?
No, it's an open earth anyway.
Is that right? You won't mind, farmer won't mind.
No, it's an open earth.
We moved the fox to an area where foxes are not considered vermin. But foxes, like hunters, are a doomed species in our overcrowded land. As a hunter, I too am of a dying breed, and there are many who will not regret our passing.